is Altair 5. Oh, I think we got the wrong planet. For your convenience, you could call me Spaceman Matt. Oh, let's go this way then. Hey, what's up, Earth? It's Spaceman Matt. Here to do an unboxing this time. Another unboxing. That Baby Yoda one didn't do too well. I doubt this will either in terms of views. But I thought I'd do another one. I do have to work on that Project Dustbuster story arc with the Star Trek Discovery reviews, but I got behind with that. But hopefully I'll have that up soon. And also we can't find Felix 4000, the smart speaker that I need to find. But if you're following that story arc, if you're not following that story arc, it doesn't make any difference. Anyway, this is Robby the robot. I saw someone posted on Facebook that their wife gave this to them, and I was like, so after shopping at Walmart, and I was surprised, and I said, oh my goodness, all my wife gives me is dirty looks, but that's not entirely true. And I'm sure my wife will watch this video after I've asked her to watch all the others, which she never does. But I'm sure she'll watch this one and hear that comment and be upset with me. But she does give me stuff, just not cool stuff like Robby the robot here. So this was on sale at Walmart last year. I think it came out early last year, and it was on sale. It was through the Christmas season. We tried to get it during the pandemic, and we couldn't get it delivered. I guess everything was, you know, it was crazy at the beginning of the pandemic. Towards the end, towards Christmas, this came back on sale again. I think you could get it for little as $14.95, and now they're kind of sold out. And yeah, I don't think you can get this again too easily. You'll have to pay a top price for this. This company, what name of the company? I forget. I'm gonna have to take this out of the wrap. But this company didn't release anything new this year either in terms of characters. They released this and an Iron Giant, and I'm not too. If it was Gigantor now, which is Gigantor's on my lapel here, it's on one of my lapels. Here he is there. If it was a Gigantor, I would have bought it, but I'm not a huge fan of Iron Giant. But I think Iron Giant, I bet you any money that Iron Giant was inspired by Gigantor. Apparently it was written by Sylvia Plath's husband after Sylvia Plath was an author that committed suicide, and her husband wrote this story for the kids to cheer them up, and he then later published it. I forget the husband's name, but he's the author of Iron Giant. So anyway, getting back to the Forbidden Planet. Sorry, so this guy, I got this from a third-party seller because I couldn't, at the time, I couldn't get Walmart to send it to me. Unfortunately, it became available, and I would have paid a lot less money for it if I got it closer to Christmas time. I didn't know what the supplies were like for this, but so I didn't know what else to do other than get it from a third-party seller because I couldn't. And then now that if you go to a third-party seller, it's a lot of money. But I didn't. So this was, what's the name of this company? It's called Goldlok. I looked at their website and they've got nothing like character related coming out this year, so there's nothing too exciting there that I saw from them. Just try me. Oh yeah, so it is trying to get me. So this is the demo mode. That's the eerie music from Forbidden Planet. Oh, it's doing the same thing. That's it, it may be. There's a little button on the chest that may have to. Yeah, that's all it's doing right now. I did a couple of phrases before. But let me get it out of the package and it'll activate it fully and get it out of the demo mode and it'll do more stuff for us. Let's see. So I saw Forbidden Planet as a kid, and of course I'd seen giving my age, I've seen Star Trek first. This movie came out in '56. Star Trek came out in '66, and I saw it in the '70s on Star Trek on the '70s in reruns. I probably saw this film sometime after I'd seen Star Trek. I noticed the similarities right away. I think Forbidden Planet probably inspired a lot of what's in Star Trek, along with other pulp fiction that Gene Roddenberry grew up with. But I think Forbidden Planet and another George Pal movie, Conquest in Space, had a lot of influence on Star Trek visually and in terms of the whole like spaceship's crew and exploring outer space. I think those two movies were probably the most influential movies on Star Trek, so Forbidden Planet and Conquest of Space. And the other, I think the E. Doc Smith novels were influential on Star Trek, as well as that pulp Captain Future. I forget who's the author of Captain Future. But I think that may have also had some influence. I know George Lucas said Captain Future influenced him for Star Wars, but I also see some Star Trek. I read the first pulp Captain Future novel, and I see some Star Trek influence there as well. I gotta do a video on that one of these days, I don't know. Comes in. Now there's a lot of other good videos on this, and a lot of good history on YouTube about Forbidden Planet, so I won't go into too much detail because I think a lot of people have covered it better than I have. You can probably just Google or you put in YouTube search Robby the Robot Forbidden Planet and see what happens. Let's see. So this is kind of hard to remove. I'm gonna clip it out of there. Scissors. Pretty easily. There we go. I saw somebody had this on Facebook and it was really cute. I thought, oh gee, I need to. I'm not a huge Forbidden Planet fan, but it is quite an influential movie and it's quite important, I think, to the world of science fiction. So I think it's a little, I saw it as a kid, I thought it was a little on the dark side. But Robby's a good guy. Let's see, now this is off. Turn him on, let's see. What happens now? Oh, so that's the button when he's walking towards you. Making that sound again.
Welcome to Al-Fair, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Get to the end of the table and pull him back.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
I like the way he walks. So I like the way he walks. I used to have robots like this as a kid, and they were like made out of metal. I don't think they worked as well as this does in terms of walking. And you heard it does a few lines from the movie, some sound effects from the movie, some of the eerie music in the background. Take a closer look at him. Oh, one thing I forgot, I'm going to insert here, is that I couldn't figure out what the demo mode was for Robby. I thought he had an on and off in a demo mode, but he just had an on and off switch, and when it's in the off switch, that's when you do the demo modes. That must be the way. So when you push the button here, you get those sound effects and set phrases.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence. For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
So this is if you don't want to have him walk around while he's doing that. So this is actually in the off switch position, and when I turn him back on, he'll walk around.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence. For you.
So that's the on mode. Alright, I just wanted to add that one piece in because I did figure out while I was filming it before. Silly me. Alright, thanks. So that's Robby. What else did I want? So he looks like you can move his hands. I don't know if he can carry anything in his hands. Let's see. Put the scissors in his hands. Might be too big. This might be too big for him. A piece of paper. Maybe this is my sheets. Sheets. The paper's too thin. Scissors too big. Let's do it this way. Yeah. There you go. So I got a little. You can put a little note there. And it's like you press this button and it gets him started.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
So that's pretty cute. Should be the batteries going. I think it's maybe in the feet, bottom of the feet. I'm not sure. I have to read the instructions. I don't know if it comes with our instructions. That's what all that was in the box. That was the box. Didn't have anything in it. I don't know about this piece. So mine doesn't come with that. Didn't come with any instructions. And oh yeah, so so Robby has my notes here. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the history. And again, a lot of other people have covered this. They'll probably do a better job than I did of covering it. But you know, they were designed by Robert. So Robby was designed by Robert Kinoshita, who did this and the Lost in Space robot, and supposedly he was a washing machine designer. So I guess that's where it maybe give them an idea for their barrel shape. They are both Robby and the Lost in Space robot are the same shape. Robby makes a guest appearance on Lost in Space as well, and he's been in a lot of TV shows. The only other feature film that I'm aware he's in is Invisible Boy, which is another strange movie which you should check out. They never showed that one. Forbidden Planet got a lot of airtime on TV. I never saw the Invisible Boy on TV. I think I might have gotten it on DVD when Blockbuster used to send DVDs in the mail before Netflix took them out altogether. Like a detail on Robby's head. I think he's very cute. And Forbidden Planet was a successful movie, but I always have the feeling that studio execs really hate science fiction because it's expensive. No matter how expensive it is, you can probably make a more successful contemporary film and make more money with that because it'll be less production costs. I think with CGI now it's a little easier for them, but still I think studios are very reluctant with putting out science fiction movies, and they usually like to go with recognized brands like Star Wars and Star Trek rather than put out something new. So I think they took MGM took a risk putting out Forbidden Planet. It did pay off for them, but they didn't really push out a lot of science fiction movies after that. So I think that's kind of interesting. The other thing, so people recognize there's famous actors in there. There's Leslie Nielsen, who later gained fame later on in his career as in the movie Airplane, and then later in the series in the movie Naked Gun, which was based on the series Police Squad that he was in. It was a parody of police dramas, and that was a cute movie. And so Leslie Nielsen was in this, and it was an interesting fact that I found out researching Leslie Nielsen, that he was deaf, and he was able to do all that acting with that hand being deaf and having a handicap. I had no idea. The other people, everybody also sees Richard Anderson, who was the Oscar Goldman in the $6 Million Man and in Bionic Woman series, which I didn't recognize him. He was quite young in Forbidden Planet. There was another actor, Earl Holliman, who played Cookie in the movie. Nobody seems to get it. He was on TV a lot in the 70s too, and particularly his, I think, most notable role was as Lieutenant Bill Crowley on Policewoman. I remember my parents, I wasn't big on police dramas, but my parents used to watch that all the time. Overall, I think it's a really cute toy, and I think it'll be a collectible item. I'm a little disappointed that the company didn't come out with a robot from Lost in Space or some other cool robots, but I hope that maybe they'll have license for other things like this. And if you could have gotten it at Walmart for $14.95 or whatever they're selling it for, I think it was quite worth it. So maybe they'll release it again, or release different items like it. That would be nice. And you can buy, if you have the money, you can buy. There's a giant, life-size one that you can get from Hammaker Schlammer. I think they used to sell a life-size one, and they still do. I forgot to check their website before I made the video to see if they still have that. Okay, well, I hope to see you next time. I'm going to do some more unboxings. I still should do some reviews on the channel as well. We'll see how things go. Again, if I realize if I don't produce videos, nobody's going to watch them. So I'm going to try to ramp up production a little bit and at least do some more unboxings. Try to finish that Project Dustbuster story arc, which I'll put little links to it at the end if you want to watch those videos. That's it. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Spaceman Matt's Sci-Fi vlog today. The fate of the world depends on it, I guess.